Hey, my name is Phillip Shepard, and I am the owner of Digital Creators Club here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And today I'm going to be talking about some of the different reasons why I decided to move from Chicagoland area all the way down to Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about some of those reasons right now. The first reason, and kind of the most obvious reasons when you compare Arkansas to Chicagoland area, is that no matter what, you're going to have better housing and better taxes here in Northwest Arkansas. Now, back in Chicagoland area, I was actually paying like $8,000 in property taxes in the area, and that was starting to get a little ridiculous. Honestly, because the fact that you really don't get much gain from paying $8,000 property taxes. It's not like we had some top tier amazing education system or trail system or great downtown public square or whatever the case was. There wasn't really anything to justify the high taxes. So when I started looking for other places to move to, Northwest Arkansas popped up on the map, literally, and I was like, oh, this is a great place. And so when I started researching some of the taxes and housing prices, I was like, this is literally a no-brainer if it is potential moving to when it comes to if you're going to move away from a major city or something with a high tax bracket. Arkansas was a much better fit. One of the fascinating things that has happened with Northwest Arkansas is that it's really grown even substantially since I've been here. I've only been here about a year. And it's because that there's so many people that have discovered this area and are coming to it, whether from California. I've met so many people from California, from Colorado, and I've also met some native Illinois people. Shout out to my Chicagoland people. And so there's a lot of people that are flooding from major cities and coming up here. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people from Texas that come up here as well. And it's because that the college town, Fayetteville is a college town, NWA is a college area. And a lot of people from Dallas, Houston, and other places in Texas come up here for college, for the Razorbacks, of course, and they just end up staying here. So a lot of times you'll have just college students running around, and after they graduate, they're like, well, I got a job at Walmart. Well, I got a job at Tyson. There's just a melding of different cultures and experiences here that are coming into NWA, and seriously, I love it. So the second reason why I really was interested coming down to NWA or Northwest Arkansas was because they have mountains mountains. There's not like 14,000 foot mountains here, but they're good enough for me. There's a massive trail system. It's dubbed, the mountain biking capital of the world, and also just an outdoors feel in general. When I was looking for other places in America to move to, I literally mapped out, I literally opened up a map and I picked out like, okay, so if these are my requirements for moving, it's going to be better housing, better taxes, mountains, 4 seasons, and a couple other reasons that I'm going to be talking about in a second. And there really isn't many places in America that have this kind of feature because first thing you think is like, oh, Colorado, that's a great opportunity. There's unlimited trails and mountains. But the thing is Colorado is practically unaffordable for the most part. You can rent there, but like owning a home is just not really realistic. And then you have Pacific Northwest. Once again, great trail system, great mountains. But again, it's kind of unaffordable. Or if you want to be near a larger city, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. California, that's not an option. Then you have Phoenix, Arizona. Well, that's, that's going to be really hot. If you like 115-degree weather, then that's the place for you. Not for me. Then there's like the Appalachian Mountains. And so you have places like Knoxville and places that are up against the Appalachians and Maryville. But the thing is like they're not really growing towns. And so we'll be talking about some of those things in just a little bit. But honestly, the mountains and trail system is just so unique, and the growing area is just so unique area to NWA that it was unavoidable not to come down here and check it out. And I fell in love. So that's like that's like the second reason why I loved the area, was because the trail system, mountains, and just the overall outdoor community and everything about it. And the third reason why I was really interested in moving down to NWA, and I kind of mentioned this before, was the fact that it's a growing city. It's a growing area. Forget, there's Fayetteville, there's Bentonville, there's Rogers, there's Springdale. But honestly, it's really just one community. If I'm being honest, 49 just connects everything. But the fact that it's up and coming and growing, the ability to have jobs here with Walmart and Tyson and other brand new startups in downtown Fayetteville just bring so much new business and upcoming money into the area that they're looking for projects to do. Between the Walton Foundation and Tyson and other major corporations, they want their employees to be happy and healthy in this area. And so they're making just unlimited trail systems. They have bike paths all around all the way from Bentonville down to Fayetteville. One of the major things with Fayetteville is they want to become just more of, and I can speak to Fayetteville because I live practically here, is that they want to make the whole city just bike friendly, so that you don't have to necessarily ride your bike, or excuse me, take your car. You can just ride your bike all around town versus, getting in your car and driving somewhere and spending more time in traffic. You can just jump in a buy a scooter and scoot around town, or get a bike, or whatever the case is. Super smart in Fayetteville side, and also Bentonville, and all the areas are just really intelligent when it comes to the way they design their business models and the way they design their cities, honestly. And the fourth reason that I was really curious about moving down to NWA versus Chicagoland area is that it's business friendly. Now, I had quite an experience opening up a business in the Chicagoland area. If anyone has opened a business in Chicagoland area, whether it's not even food industry, but it's a nightmare, just going through the politics of all the things that have to be, let's just say, taken care of. I say all that to say that when I opened up a business in NWA, at least Fayetteville, it was ridiculously easy. Getting my business license, joining the chamber, all the different things were so easy. Getting the right connections, they showed up on time. Everything was very timely through email. They gave me step-by-step directions of what to expect. It was so easy, and I was so nervous because I had such a terrible experience up in Illinois, and I was like, this is going to be a literal nightmare. And it turned out to be just a great experience. There's a couple startup foundations here that give you all the resources you need to start your business. There's a Chamber of Commerce. There was never a time where I felt that it was a hindrance for me to start a business like they didn't want it. And the fifth and final one, why I was super interested about moving to NWA, is actually the community. And so whether you're starting a business, whether you're trying to become a trail runner, whether you're becoming biking, whether you want to become a food expert, whether you want to, whatever the case is, there are communities for you. And the reason is because there's such a melding of communities here, and people coming from different parts of the world, different parts of the United States, are coming to Northwest Arkansas. And so I'm an avid runner, and so I literally found a bunch of people prior to moving down here on Instagram. I just communicated with them, and I was like, hey, in 6 months I'm going to be moving to Northwest Arkansas. At first, I'm sure internally, and they told me this, they laughed because they're like, sure, fine. We'll be seeing you in 6 months. The funny thing is I showed up, and so I started a great community, talked to them. And so whether you're an outdoorsy person, indoorsy person, doesn't matter, you will find the community here for NWA. That just kind of wraps up my quick synopsis of why I moved to NWA versus Chicagoland area. And it's more of a shining a light on NWA versus like poo-pooing Chicagoland area. I don't want to do that too much because I think I want to just showcase some of the greatness of NWA versus, we'll say, it doesn't have to be Chicagoland area. It can be any major metropolitan city, or just a city that kind of pushes down on its population, so to speak. But yeah, so that kind of wraps up my thing. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below or email me. My email is below as well. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll be talking to you soon.